guys, Jason Schnitzer here with Remax Tiffany Real Estate, and what I've got for you today is our How's the Real Estate Market for week 22 of this 2022 real estate market. And as always, like to start out with statistics. What we try to accomplish on this video is the trends and any new news that have happened in the real estate market here in Orange County and parts of LA County in the last 7 days to keep you as up to date as possible, because the newspapers and all the online media, all that stuff is a month or two behind what we're actually feeling in our market right now. So we track statistics, which combined with what's going on in my own personal business and the agents around me can help kind of hopefully make that crystal ball a little less foggy. And as always, statistics. So week over week, month over month, since 2022 has started, we've seen a slow and steady rise in inventory. We are now up to over 2,700 homes for sale in the entire Orange County area. To give you an idea, the highest amount of homes that we had for sale last year was 26 and change. So we're up above the most inventory that we had last year, and we are up, just to give you perspective of where we started in 2022, at just over 1,100 homes. Now, if you haven't been following me for however long, a lot of you might be asking, why is that? Why are we seeing a rise in inventory? Well, the next thing I always talk about is interest rates. They've risen from about 3% to up over 5% now in most cases, and have settled back down from last week's 5.5% into that 5 3/8% range. There are some products out there where you can still get under a 5% interest rate, but those particular products aren't for everybody. So again, going back to inventory and why we've seen this uptick is, what it boils down to is economics 101, supply and demand. When interest rates are really low, affordability is high. And when affordability is high, that drives demand. That means more people are able to qualify for a higher priced home because their end payment is less because their interest rate is low. Now, I did a recent analysis for one of my clients because I'm more of a numbers guy, a visual numbers guy, as to how this interest rate rise directly affects our potential buyers out in the market currently. And on their particular priced home, they were priced about 1.4. If a buyer were to buy that home and stay within conforming loan limits, so in other words, they would borrow up to $970,800, they would have to put down almost $420,000 to get that home. And the payment with 3% interest rate versus a 5.5% interest rate was a $1,400 difference. So it went from about a $5,600 a month payment to over a $7,000 a month payment. So that's a pretty huge jump. Now, of course, this is for a higher priced home, so the less amount that you borrow, the less it would be impacted. But I took it a step further and I said, okay, let's say you had the same amount of down payment for that particular home. How much less would you have to borrow in order to get that payment of $7,000 to go back down to the $5,600? And those rough numbers were about $235,000 to $245,000 less. So what would that mean for a seller? Well, prices are going to have to come down quite significantly. In this case, over $230,000 for that same payment to make sense for that buyer. And we are feeling that right now across the board. My own personal listings, other agents in my office. I meet with a lot of high producing agents once a week at our local broker caravan, a broker tour. And it's a consensus, along with my multiple listing service that I have access to. You're seeing a lot more price reductions across the board, just for this very reason. We're seeing less showings, less people coming through. There's less buyers out there. From just a couple of months ago, our market has completely changed. We've gone from one listing and 10 buyers per one listing. Now we're turning more towards, hey, there's one buyer out there and 10 listings want that buyer. So something to keep in mind if you're putting your house up for sale or you're actively searching in the market. We are seeing that shift currently. We're transitioning, not quite sure where the dust is settling, but going to what I end these videos with every week is hey, now's the time to meet if you're thinking of buying or selling property. Our market, I was saying in the last few weeks, our market's completely changed from 2 years ago. Our market now has completely changed from 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago in some cases. So it's all the more important to meet with a local real estate agent that's full-time working with buyers and sellers in our market right now. Otherwise, you are putting your trust in your most expensive asset, and somebody that's not in it in full-time if you're not working with a full-time realtor. So again, we offer free real estate consulting. Book a free consultation online. Reach out to us via social media, email, phone call, etc. All that stuff is available. Link in my bio, in my link tree. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Again, we like to arm you with information on these videos so you can make the best decisions on your most expensive assets. So thanks for watching. Catch you next week. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this week's episode of O.C Realtor Talk. If you gained any value from this video, we'd really appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, and followed us on all our social media platforms.
Yeah, what Jason and I believe is really, really important for you, whether you're buying a house or selling a house, is understanding the process and knowing exactly what you're getting into. So if you ever have any questions, just follow the links below and we'll get you those answers.